I hope you're having a great morning. God has blessed us with a beautiful day. We're in the Psalms together. Mark, we're going to be in Psalm 143, so Mark's going to read it for us. Join along with us.
Psalm 143. Lord, hear my prayer. In your faithfulness, listen to my plea, and in your righteousness, answer me. Do not bring your servant into judgment, for no one alive is righteous in your sight. For the enemy has pursued me, crushing me to the ground, making me live in darkness like those long dead. My spirit is weak within me. My heart is overcome with dismay. I remember the days of old. I meditate on all that you have done. I reflect on the works of your hand. I spread out my hands to you. I am like parched land before you. Quickly answer me, Lord. My spirit fails. Do not hide your face from me, or I will be like those going down to the pit. Let me experience your faithful love in the morning, for I trust in you. Reveal to me the way I should go, because I appeal to you. Rescue me from my enemies, Lord. I come to you for protection. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your gracious spirit lead me on level ground. For your name's sake, Lord, let me live. In your righteousness, deliver me from trouble, and in your faithful love, destroy my enemies. Wipe out all those who attack me, for I am your servant. David.
Well, Psalm 142 and Psalm 143 are very, very similar. They're both psalmists are both crying out because they need deliverance. I mean, the Psalms have similar language. Even the verses are the same. Verse 3 in 42 and verse 4 in 143 are almost identical.
Yeah.
And as I kind of think about that, I think there's just an inherent lesson in that. We're always going to find ourselves at times where we need help.
Yeah.
We're going to find ourselves where we can't deliver ourselves. We're going to find ourselves where we're beset and we don't know where to turn, and where we need to turn is always God. So that's the first thing. But I love how this psalm ends in verses 10 through 12, because ultimately David turns and he says, whether I'm delivered or I'm defeated, I need to surrender to your will. And because I'm going to just entrust myself to you and do what you want me to do, so I can just know you better. And he talks about that here. He says, you're my God. You're near, even in this besetting time. Your spirit, it's good. That's the nature of God, and I just need to know your name better. And I think that's where we need to be. I mean, we need to plead to God, but at the same time just give ourselves over to his will, knowing that whatever happens, I'm going to come through it and know God better.
Yeah, a couple things jump out to me as I look at this. 1, verse 7, there's an appeal, answer me quickly. We're all impatient. We all pray things and we want an answer right away. It encourages me a little bit to know that I'm not unique. Even David was like this. We want an answer. We understand we won't get an answer when we want it, but it's natural for us to ask God, please answer my request quickly. Then verse 8 stands out to me. Let me experience your faithful love in the morning, for I trust in you. A lot of times we don't feel close to God. We know we should be close to God, and that's where he says, I trust in you. But sometimes where my brain is and what I know and what I feel are two different things. And that's another place where that happens. And here David's saying, I don't experience right now your faithful love. He's not saying God doesn't give it, but I don't feel it right now. That's normal. There are times you won't feel it. But what do? You trust in God anyway. You recognize the fault is not in God. It's in us. We've got to bring our feelings around to where we know our mind is supposed to be. And then, of course, what he does a lot of times is teach me to do your will. At the end of the day, I still want to serve you. I still want to follow you. So so many of these Psalms speak to where we are at different points of our lives. And they're very honest, and I love the honesty that David has here.
One other verse I just throw out in when we look at the end of verse 1, he cries out to God because of his faithfulness. Deuteronomy 32, you are a rock. That's why he cries out. We don't cry out to people when they're undependable. God's always there. God is faithful. And that's what he bases his plea on.
Yeah. So, okay, hope that was helpful to you. These Psalms are wonderful. We're moving through them quickly. Well, seems like we're coming to an end quickly, but there's been so much there, and I hope you've enjoyed something and you've gotten something from that. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any comments, write them down in the section below on Facebook. By the way, if you're in the Louisville area, we are having a series of Bible lessons right now going on through tomorrow night. We're going to be meeting at 11:30 this morning, so just about a little less than an hour. We'll gather together with one another for 30 minutes. If you can take a lunch break, hop on over, get back to work later on. 7 o'clock tonight and tomorrow night, 11:30 tomorrow as well. You'd be our honored guest. Don Truex is with us from Tampa, Florida. Has done a wonderful job so far. You will be encouraged and strengthened in your service to the Lord. If you can make it, we'd love to see you. Thanks.